the property market was going through an almighty boom in 2021, 2022, even up to the beginning of January. And we had borrowers taking out loans at record low rates, and they were getting stress tested up to November 2021 at 2.5% as a buffer. 2.5%. And so you've got all these people taking on debts that were 6 or more times their income. These are the people that are in significant hot water. Really, what APRA should have done was rein in that buffer a lot earlier. They should have increased it to 3, maybe even 3.5%, well before they upped it in November of 2021. But again, we just didn't know what was around the corner. I don't think anyone would have believed you if you'd said the cash rate would get to 4.1% by, June of 2023.
Sally, what are you hearing in your research about people who were on fixed loans that are now starting to come off those fixed loans, probably some of them tied to the end of this financial year? How hard is it going to be for them? And just finally, what would your advice be to those people?
Okay, so surprisingly, the people that have come off the fixed loans so far are doing okay. We haven't seen a huge tick up in things like mortgage arrears just yet. It's gone up slightly, but, historically it's tracking pretty low, all things considered. But that doesn't mean these people coming off fixed rate mortgages aren't having incredibly tough conversations around the kitchen table about what their next steps will be. A lot of them have refinanced. We've seen refinancing go through the roof over the last 12 months. It's been fantastic to see because it really has forced the banks to be competitive and hand out decent rates, even though a lot of them didn't want to. But others are in mortgage prison. They're in mortgage prison because they can't refinance to a different lender, because that stress test I was just talking about, the APRA stress test, is still at 3%. And so they're applying with their new lender at a rate that's significantly higher now, 3 percentage points higher probably, and then another 3 on top of that. They're getting stress tested at rates of 8, sometimes even 9%, and they're not passing those tests, so they can't switch lenders. What APRA really should do is reduce that buffer for refinances. They're already in the system. They're already, they're already a risk in the system, but helping them refinance to a lower mortgage rate will help reduce that risk.